Hey guys, what's up? It's Grace. And today we're going to be looking at the pros and cons of using an Apple iPad and Apple Pencil as a college student. Like it or not, the new semester is right around the corner, and I'm sure quite a few students have gotten a little bit of cash for Christmas. And so you may be considering investing in one of these to use throughout the semester. Today I'm going to look at the pros and cons as well as just my own experience in using this as a college student. I've been using this 5th gen 9.7 inch regular iPad as well as the 1st generation Apple Pencil for a couple of months now, and I'm about to go into my 2nd semester of my sophomore year. The biggest pro for me, and the reason I personally got an iPad to use in school, is that it's a digital, lightweight way to keep all of my notes in one place. I also have a laptop, but it's about 17 inches and weighs 5 pounds, which means my daily backpack was weighing in between 15 and 20 pounds. With the iPad, I've been able to still take notes digitally and keep them all together, but it's made my backpack way lighter. However, for me personally, an iPad is not anywhere near a replacement for my laptop. I can do about 80% of my schoolwork and note-taking on the iPad, but it is not a replacement for my laptop, because if I'm editing a video, using InDesign, anything like that, using a computer is a much better experience, and some of these things you can't even do on an iPad. Another big con is that despite its limited functionality, an iPad is still a good chunk of change. iPads themselves are getting way cheaper in the $200 to $300 range, but once you add a case, screen protector, and the Apple Pencil, you're looking at between $400 and $500 for the whole setup, and you can get a pretty decent mid-range laptop for that price. Another pro, and the reason so many students buy iPads, is it makes taking notes in class so much more natural, especially if you're using the Apple Pencil. Studies have been shown, and if they find that taking notes by hand helps you retain information a lot better than typing, and you can easily do that with the iPad. Also, during class, if you're writing notes with the iPad, it limits distractions a lot more than a laptop. A laptop, you can have 5 different tabs open doing all different things at the same time, but an iPad, just the way it's designed, it's got a smaller screen, and at the very most, you can only have 2 tabs open, and it's a lot more time-consuming to switch between tasks. So for me, I'm more likely to stay focused if I'm taking notes on the iPad. However, as close to the note-taking experience is, at the end of the day, the iPad is not paper, and that itself comes with some cons. The first is that it's a lot louder. It makes a tapping sound, and if you were in elementary school in the 2000s and you remember the smartboard, that sound, it makes a very similar sound as if you have a professor that's strict on no electronics in class. I'm going into my 4th semester, and so far every semester I've had at least one professor who wants no laptops, no phones, no anything in class, and will require you to take notes with a paper notebook. Another thing that comes up pretty frequently is if you have an in-class quiz or test where you can use your notes, but you need printed out notes. So you might not be saving any paper. You may be taking them on this, but still need to print them out to be able to use them on your exam. And then finally, another con that comes with using an iPad is that it is an electronic device, which means you're going to have to take better care of it than your average notebook or binder. You have to make sure that you're keeping it safe from water, you have to make sure that you're going into every day with it charged up, and then losing it or damaging it is a lot bigger of a deal than if you're just using a pen and a paper. So overall, I know that I've actually given you a longer list of cons than pros for using an iPad as a student. But at the end of the day, I would still recommend an iPad if it's something that you have the money for and are interested in getting. For me, using an iPad in class sparks joy and makes me want to take better notes and pay more attention than if I was just using a notebook. If you liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you want more videos about school and productivity, be sure to click that subscribe button. I'm Grace, and I'll see you at my next video.